Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today, we're taking on something truly special, a real dive into the mysterious Chaldean Oracles. These aren't your typical ancient texts. Think more like fragments of a lost mystical poem. It feels a bit like uncovering hidden wisdom, doesn't it?
It really does. There's a certain thrill to working with material like this.
So our goal today is to explore how these oracles show this incredible mixing, this syncretism from the Hellenistic period. They seem to be trying to weave together Greek philosophy, Orphic ideas, Pythagoras, Plato, even the Stoics with, well, the deep wisdom traditions of the East, like Egypt and Chaldea.
Right. And it's important to understand what Chaldean meant then. It started as a geographical term for Babylonians, but it shifted. It came to mean this almost priestly caste of wise men, astrologers, soothsayers.
Ah, okay.
But the oracles themselves hint that maybe some Chaldeans were, well, something more. Not just fortune tellers, but keepers of deeper knowledge.
And that ties into the challenge for you, our listener, right? Because we don't have complete essays here. We've got these scattered bits of poetry, hexameter base, actually, a bit like the Sibylline oracles you might have heard of.
Exactly. It's like piecing together a mosaic. And most of what we know comes through later Platonic philosophers.
People like Porphyry, Iamblichus.
Precisely. Porphyry, Iamblichus, Proclus. They absolutely revered these oracles. They quoted them constantly. But of course, they interpreted them through their own philosophical systems, adding layers of meaning.
So it's not just the original poem we're reading?
Not directly, no. It took scholars like Kroll, much later, to sort of establish that the core was a Greek poem. Dating them is tricky to probably somewhere between the 1st and 3rd centuries AD.
Okay, so our mission then is to try and peel back some of those later layers to get a feel for the simpler, maybe more direct mysticism of the original poem.
That's the aim, to find the core insights about the universe, the soul, that might still resonate today.
Great. Let's start at the top then. The supreme principle. What do the oracles call it? I see terms like father, mind, even fire.
Yes, and mind of the Father. Also, the one in good, or the ineffable. It definitely echoes thinkers like Heraclitus, his idea of the one and all.
It sounds incredibly abstract, almost impossible to pin down.
It is. There's this description, possibly linked to Zoroaster, that sums it up. First, indestructible, eternal, ingenerable, impartible, entirely unlike aught else, disposer of all beauty, self-taught,
Yeah.
perfect, wise, the sole discoverer of sacred nature lore. I mean, how do you even begin to grasp that?
Exactly. How do you grasp it? And this is key for anyone listening who's interested in knowledge itself. The oracles actually address this, don't they? They talk about an end of understanding that's beyond all words.
They do. There's a striking passage. Indeed, there is no need of strain in understanding this, but thou shouldst have the vision of thy soul in purity, turned from aught else so as to make thy mind empty, attentive to that end. For it subsists beyond the mind.
Emptying the mind. That sounds less like thinking harder and more like something else entirely.
It is. This end of understanding isn't an it you study. It's the self-creative mind. It's both the knower and the known somehow. As the text says, mind is not without that which makes it mind, and that which is the end of mind doth not subsist apart from mind. It's a subtle state.
So how do you reach it? Not through force, you said.
No, not forceful thinking. It's about using the flower of mind, the mind in its purest, most receptive state, being transformed into pure sense, a kind of deeper capacity for knowing. It's described as a synthetic searching, not an analytic inquiry, more about absorbing than dissecting.
It really does sound like a kind of yoga or mysticism, doesn't it? A royal art. This idea of expanding consciousness in stillness with no vehemence, emptying the eye of the soul to receive.
That's a very good analogy. And the supreme principle, the Father, isn't some distant, terrifying judge either. He's the one desirable, the ultimate good. He does not sow fear, but pours forth persuasion. He rules by being, by inspiring from within.
That's a powerful contrast, what they call the drunkenness and sleep and ignorance of God.
Yes, that idea pops up in related texts too, like the Hermetica. The soul gets intoxicated, lost in the beauty and harmony of the material world, forgetting its source.
Right, drunk on the world. So if that's the ultimate source, how does it, manifest? How does creation happen? They talk about a triad, right?
The divine triad, yes. It's attributed to the ancient Assyrians, the Chaldeans, as being the first to consider the soul triple and yet one.
Triple and yet one. How does that work?
Well, you see hints like, from thee is father and through thee mother, implying a son or result. One oracle clarifies, for power is with him, but mind from him. So power is like the mother principle, the potential for multiplicity. Mind is the spouse, the unifying aspect.
And the Son.
The Son is the result of manifested mind that comes from that union. The ultimate Father is said to have withdrawn himself into silence and darkness, but he left his fire, his fiery mind, to actually create and sustain everything.
Silence and darkness, but not empty.
No, not empty at all. It's a nurture of the divine, a pregnant silence, where only creative words of true power are heard, the source of all dynamism.
Which leads us to fire, the holy fire. That seems absolutely central.
It is. Very much like Heraclitus's ever-living fire, it's presented as the deity's power. And it's fascinating because it's both intelligible, non-material, and sensible material.
Depending on how you look at it.
Exactly. It bridges the gap between pure thought and the physical world. It's the energy that animates everything.
Okay, and from this fire emerges the mind of mind, the architect.
Yes, the architect of this fiery world. But it's not the ultimate Father himself getting involved in the works. It's his energy of mind flowing outwards. There's a line saying the Father outperfected all and gave them over to his second mind, whom ye sing of as first.
Ah, so the creator god that people often worship is actually secondary. That sounds a bit Gnostic.
It has that flavor, yes. The demiurge, the world shaper, isn't the absolute source.
And this mind of mind is dual, a dyad.
Right, using those Pythagorean terms. The Father is the monad, the ultimate one. The second mind is the dyad, representing the first division, the duality needed for creation. Its power extends over both the world of ideas, the intelligible, and the physical world, the sensible.
But still unified by the fire.
Fundamentally, yes. All things have for their Father the one fire. Unity underlies the apparent separation.
And this idea of three keeps coming back. All things are triple.
Absolutely pervasive. The mind of the Father uttered the word that all should be divided into three. His will nodded assent, and at once all things were so divided. This isn't just a number, it's the fundamental pattern. Every division stems from this ideal triad, which itself comes from the monad.
It measures everything.
Measures and defines, yes. And souls are said to be mixed in the gulfs of the triad, these sort of mother vortices, primal energetic centers. This triplicity gives triple might to mind and soul.
Okay, so Father, mind of mind. What about the feminine principle, the Great Mother?
Yes, crucial, often called Heke or Rhea in the Oracles. She is the life of the universe. She's the spouse of the first mind and both mother and spouse of the second mind, the mind of mind.
Complex relationships.
Very. She's the mother of souls, the one who ensouls light, fire, ether, worlds. There's that incredible image of the fountain of the primal soul bursting from beneath the ribs of her right side.
Wow, very vivid.
And from her back, boundless nature hangs. Nature is like her clothing, her outward expression. As Rhea, the mother of Genesis, she receives the Father's powers into her countless bosoms and pours out the cycle of birth and death, spinning like a wheel.
So she's the source, the womb holding it all together.
The source of sources, the womb that holds all things, yes. The energizer of life-bringing fire. She holds the potential of all things intelligibly before they separate out into the physical world.
Alongside the mother, there's also the eon. What is that?
The eon is described as a father-begotten light. It's this image of eternity ever circling into itself, spirally convolved. It embodies life that never falleth short, endless power and energy. The truer sun is called time of time, suggesting the eon is the very measure of eternal reality.
And from the aeon, matter appears.
That seems to be the sequence. Thence there leaps forth a genesis of matter manifoldly wrought, sparked by the utterance of the fire. And then you need structure, right? So we get limit the separator, personified as the sun.
The sun acts like a boundary.
Exactly. He girds reality like a knowing membrane, separating realms like those flaming walls between visible and invisible. It's called divine plowing, the rays of intelligence shaping primal substance.
It's like ideas taking form. You mentioned Gnostic thoughts bubbling forth.
Yes, from the Father's mind forth bubbled. Ideas that can take upon themselves all forms. They're pictured like swarms of bees gathering the flower of fire at height of sleepless time.
Height of sleepless time. What a phrase. That moment where time meets eternity.
Beautifully put. It's that cusp where pure potential bursts into archetypal ideas.
And what holds all this creation together? Is there a force?
Absolutely, the bond of love divine. This is crucial. The Father mind, seeing his creation, sewed into all love's bond. This love uses the divine fire to bind everything, ensuring it all continues loving on for endless time.
So love isn't just an emotion, it's cosmic glue.
Pretty much, it mixes the mixing bowls original, those fiery crucibles where souls and elements blend. It's the primal author of all generation conjoining everything. It's even called the Hidden One, who spreads this fire, this love, through all souls, sometimes beyond our conscious grasp.
Amazing. So how did this translate to the physical universe we see? Planets, stars?
They had a model for that, too. The Father caused 7 firmaments of worlds to emerge. And these weren't just orbits, they were distinct types of worlds.
Like different densities.
Yes, the Empyrean, fiery, the ethereal, luminary, and the hylic, or gross matter. The basic plan was globular, shaped by the demiurge, that second mass of fire.
Winding the cosmos into a ball.
Right, and there's a fascinating hint that spiritual progress involves unwinding this, that to turn the plane into the solid is to soil the spirit. The path back is towards less density, more spirit.
And these worlds were governed.
By principles or rulers of the sensible world, yes. Often conceived as 3 major forces corresponding maybe to heaven, earth, and the air between. They guided the cosmic currents, the great breath. It shows how they saw the divine order actively structuring absolutely everything.
What an intricate picture. We've really journeyed from the most abstract source down to the structure of the cosmos itself. It's clear these Chaldean oracles, even as fragments, weave together divinity, the universe, and the soul in a really profound way.
It's quite stunning, isn't it? From that end of understanding beyond words through the triad, the mother, the fire, it provides this rich symbolic way to think about existence. And it really highlights how ancient this human quest is, this deep desire to understand our place in the grand scheme of things.
Absolutely. And it leaves us with that core idea about knowing the ultimate. If, like the oracles suggest, the way isn't through intellectual force, but through emptying the mind, letting that flower of mind turn towards its own source. What could that mean for you, listening now? How might you approach learning or personal growth differently if the goal wasn't just adding knowledge, but transforming perception itself?